Hello and welcome back to the next episode of The Greatest Attorney. Last time, we finished McGondal's case with a forced not guilty verdict. And we are about to take, we didn't take it yet, we are about to take the case of a Japanese man who supposedly committed roadkill murder. And we encountered Dr. Watson, who is not what you think she is. Yes, it's a female, it's a lolly, she's 10, and with a PhD, and an adorable oops, sorry. Anyhow, chat test. Okay, chat test is done. We are going to continue the case. Let's go. "19th of February, 2:38 p.m, Briar Road. Looks like the investigation hasn't finished yet. Without further ado, let's look for Inspector Gregson. Yeah, this time we have something more important than his fish and chips. Oh, first things first. There you are. Let's present you Iris's card. Actually, let's check this card. Iris's demands are written with adorable ink, in adorable handwriting. Everything about Iris is adorable, come on. Even Yunosuke is admitting that. So you'll answer anything the guy in the dark jacket asks, right? Her handwriting may be... Oh, it's Susato, not Naruto. Oops. Her handwriting might be cute, but you can feel how much influence she carries you. I'm pretty sure that's just your imagination. Hopefully this will be enough to get the good inspector to talk to us. Or maybe to scare him enough to stop his piping hot fish and chips into his mouth. I do admit that I'd like to see that. Oh yeah, actually what interests me is the coin. Here. What's that? This is a 5-shilling coin, also known as a crown. Just one of these is enough to get us through Scotland Yard's detectives. Iris just might be the world's most fearsome 10-year-old. Susato, bravo! You said everything I thought of. By the way, about how much are 5 shillings worth? Let's see. It could probably buy a month's worth of the inspector's beloved fish and chips. It's an interesting way of putting it. Present it to him. Excuse me, Inspector Gregson. Can I have a moment of your time? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm incredibly busy. I have no time to entertain bored chaps. We have this. This is addressed to you, Inspector Gregson. It's from Iris Watson. What? Milady sent something for me? Wow, he calls her Milady. Is Iris royalty? Come on, really? Nah, I don't think so. Nah. She's probably an aristocrat, but a high class, but not royalty enough. Nah, I don't think so. Let's go. Milady? Hand it over. Give it to me. Now! Come on! Whoa, he's just snatched it away. What exactly is this coin? As you can see, it is a crown coin. However, this is no ordinary coin. This is... yes! One might call it payment for my performance. Performance? Oh, so you mean... exactly. It goes without saying that this is for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The lady wishes to include my likeness in the story, and so she rewards me with this. Yes, I know. I have read of your great efforts. Well, to be honest, whenever I appear in the stories, I'm usually the butt of the joke. I know exactly how you feel. More importantly, is there something you'd like to know? Huh? So you'll answer anything the guy in the dark jacket asks, right? You can say nothing other than right. Now inquire as you see fit. Go on. Very well then, we'll take up your offer and ask but one single question. The two of us would very much like to know the location of Sosuke Natsume's flat. Oh yeah, the culprit, right? Tiny little Japanese guy, big mustache. If you want to know, that brat's shabby little residence stands in your field of vision. There! Is that rundown house with the beat-up bicycle in front of it. Go to the second floor. It's far closer than I expected. The landlord of that residence should be a man named John Garrideb. At any rate, should you meet milady again, send her my sincere regards. Got it? Relate to her sincerely. Make sure my regards are sent. Okay. Now that's all I have to say. Long live, milady. Okay, who's Iris? Okay, who really is Iris Watson? That begs the question. Now, off he goes. Shall we head to Sosuke's flat? Of course. Okay, first of all, examine the beat-up bike. Wow, that's an English bicycle. The wheel on this one is just so horribly, unbelievably bent. Maybe someone was just training really hard. It looks like they were riding for their life. Yep. Seems like bicycles are really popular in London right now. Also, there's been some sort of movement to alter women's clothing, so they can ride too. They can hide. Hide from what? I can't say it lasting very long. After a while, no one will be riding them anymore. You don't say. Naruto, do you have a problem with bicycles? No, he's being a realist. I mean, who rides bicycles nowadays? Cyclists, maybe. No way, of course not. It's not like I hate them. It's just that taking both feet off the ground feels really reckless. You won't understand that after falling from slits into a river. Stilts, oops. After falling from slits. What the frick am I saying? After falling from stilts into a river. Next time I rent a bike, I'll just let you sit behind me. Okay, let's examine the other way. Okay. An officer of Scotland Yard. I guess he's on guard duty here. I feel like if I got too close, he'd arrest me in an instant. Don't worry too much, Naruto. We haven't done anything wrong, so we should be fine to do as we please. Don't know about that. I mean, it's already happened to me twice. I've been handcuffed 2 times now, having done absolutely nothing wrong. Oh, what a shame. Might be because your eyes dart about so much. But about... oh, never mind. It's the same officer. What are these? So this path here is the crime scene. It's wide enough to give you a pretty clear view down the road. It's true, I don't see any obvious places that could be used as a hiding spot. Oi! You Japs! What do you think you're doing? Eek! We're just investigating the crime scene? Why, you're in league with that guy with the mustache, aren't you? In league? In that case, I'd bet you're here to tamper with the evidence, aren't you? Go on, shoot! He shooed us off like a couple of stray dogs. I guess we shouldn't get too close to the crime scene. Oh, that's a shame. Let's examine this snowman. Look, what an adorable snowman! Oh, they make those in Great Britain too? He's a little crooked though. Look here! He's got a scarf wrapped around him. It's blisteringly cold out. I wouldn't mind a scarf. Maybe some other time. Our wallets are already pretty breezy as it is. Maybe I should just borrow that snowman's scarf. If you did that, I'm sure whoever built that snowman will be heartbroken. Yeah, I know. Besides, even if I did borrow it, it'd just make my neck even colder than it already is. Logical. Let's examine the coach. This is a police buggy. Oh, it's a buggy from Scotland Yard. The yard uses these to rush to crime scenes and lock up criminals. You know a lot about this stuff, Susato. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to ride through London on one of these. Why don't you try breaking the window with one of those rocks over there? I did thought I'd end up on the criminal side of the buggy. But be that as it may, there is no other way. I'll have to make do. I'll go search for a suitable rock. Okay, Susato, you're becoming Maya right now. Wait, no, I was just joking. Yeah, Susato is becoming Maya right now. Let's examine his house from the outside. No residence made of bricks. You can really sense the history built up in those walls. There's so much history in it, in fact, that the whole building is tilting. The old house looks especially dilapidated, even for this part of town. According to Detective Gregson, this is Sosuke's flat. It's on the opposite side of the street from the crime scene. Getting wrapped up in an incident like this in a foreign land must be disheartening. Okay, let's go to his flat. Back. Move. Thank you. Go to Sosuke's flat. Whoa! 19th of February, Sosuke Natsume's residence. He has a military uniform, a musket, and a freaking cannon with shells! Wow! Was this guy a soldier? Before, he said he was a student, but, I mean, I have no idea. Let's go. Yes? Oh, is this the residence of Mr. John Garideb? It is. Who might you two be? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's the attorney for Sosuke Natsume, one of the residents of this property. Hey! What the? If it's alright, we speak about Sosuke with you. Hey! I will bring my master for you. Please wait one short moment. Susato, did you see that? Was that one of those most famous British maids that I've heard so much about? Yes, I've heard that the most affluent families in the Great British Empire employ many of them. This is the first time I've seen one. I'm so moved. Really? The first time? So Juror 2 doesn't count? Come on! Now it really feels like we've come to Britain, right? There is a butler outside here, it would be absolutely perfect. Don't know what perfect means to you, but yes, it does feel like that. Thank you for your patience. My master is waiting to see you now. Oh, there he is. Ah! The guy is a military officer. That's an English uniform. I agree, Joe. From the extreme to the extreme. Juror 2 was extremely slim. This made this extremely, big boned. Come on. No, not move. Examine. Let's talk to him first. Welcome. I'm the landlord here, John Garrideb. Pleased to make your acquaintance. This is Naruto, attorney at law. Oh, you'll have to excuse me for not standing to greet you. Some years back during the Battle of Maywand, I took a bullet straight to the knee. I wonder if the Japanese text was originally like this. I swear to God. I swear to God, if the Japanese text was originally translated to this, I would be extremely delighted. Thank you, Scarlet Study Team. Thank you. Bravo. The general presented me with a medal, and I reluctantly left the rest to my inferiors. So he's a war veteran. It's difficult for me to climb stairs, so I don't go out a lot. Since this place is on the 3rd floor, I was out of breath myself when I got up here. Obviously that's because you don't get enough exercise. Maybe, yeah. Anyway, if you were presented a medal, you must have been an accomplished soldier. Oh, please, it's just a hunk of junk. Medals are nothing more than trinkets. Just throwing it out would be an insult to the general, though. So I have it hung up for now. Hey, John! Show them the guests my medal, if you would. The man's name is John. John? The medal if you... Ah! Don't flab it, John! Watch when you're pouring that stuff! Oh, goodness me! I'm terribly sorry, Master. Just be more careful from now on. Of course, Master. Well, at any rate, nowadays, I'm just whiling away the time peacefully. I see. Now then, you are here to ask about that tenant of mine, right? Yes, we'd certainly appreciate any information you can give us. Of course, as a sworn protector of the British peace, I'll help you in any way that I can. Speaking of the Japanese, I believe their empire signed a treaty of alliance with us. What's more, it seems this incident has caught the eye of the general public. Is that really true? Even now, that famous detective is carrying out an investigation in my home. You mean Sherlock Holmes? Oh, that might have been the one. I'm not really interested. I've never even heard of him. Oh, but isn't that an issue of the Strand magazine over there? What? Oh, no, that's The detective is currently investigating that Japanese man's room. Is in Sosuke's room? Because of him, the whole neighborhood is gossiping about my home. For a retired man who only wants a quiet life, such gossip is indeed very troublesome. Okay, let's speak to him. Might as well. Mr. Garrideb, would you be willing to tell us about your tenant, Sosuke Natsume? Sure. He's been living here for about a week. Only a week? So he moved in quite recently. You see, we have tenants on both the 1st and 2nd floor. It was just 1 week ago when the second floor became free. Second floor became... Ah! John! What you're doing? Oh, goodness me! I'm terribly sorry, Master. If you ask me, I knew that Asian was suspicious from the very start. You really think so? That man is always sweating bullets, with his eyes darting all to and fro. Everything about his demeanor is practically screams suspicious. You could tell. It was only a matter of time before he'd snap. Had no doubt about it. Should make sure that this mate doesn't get called to the witness stand. Is there anything else you found suspicious? What is that weird smile she does? Oh yes, there definitely was. She really picked up at that question. Okay, let's ask about 2 days ago first. As you might know, the incident occurred at about 5 PM. Did you happen to look out the window at all during that time? Window, Notice that your window faces Briar Road. The incident happened on the pavement at the opposite side of Briar Road. Did you perhaps catch sight of any suspicious individuals outside, for example? 5 PM is typically about dinner time in our household. Unfortunately, I don't recall anything abnormal. What about you, John? I didn't notice anything either. The sun's not setting, so it was starting to get dark. Not to mention the fog. I imagine it would be difficult to see so far away. I see. Did anything else unusual happen at all? Anything unusual? It can be anything really, even something that seems unrelated to the case. Oh, in that case, did you notice something? It's probably not worth mentioning, but when the crime was committed... Ah! Holy hell! John, what you're doing? Oh goodness me, I'm terribly sorry, Master. Oh, this is the 3rd time. I think you should take a cup of tea for every time she pours that drink onto him. You love your tea that much, don't you, Joe? Go ahead. Drink 3 cups of tea. If you want to play the game. Just be more careful next time. Of course, Master. Might I interject, Mr. Attorney? Sure, what's on your mind? From what I can remember, nothing at all worth discussing happened in this home, I do believe. Is that true, Mr. Garrideb? You sounded like you had something to say. Oh no, I was just asking. Gad! 4. John, get it together, please! I'm sorry, Master, but I truly do believe there is not much to be said. I suppose not. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It was just another quiet evening, right, John? Yes, indeed, Master. What the heck is going on here? Yeah. Why is John not letting him speak? This is the 4th time. Feels like something happened in this room last night. Can't help but to be curious. Strange tenant. Is there anything in particular that struck you about your tenant, Sosuke Natsume? Oh yes, everything about him is suspicious. Everything? He'd always be really incomprehensible books, cooped up in his room like a hermit. He never speaks to anyone, and he's never ever had a single guest. Every day goes to the used bookshop, then he comes back at 5 p.m. to turn on the stove. He also stays up later than anyone else in his home. Is that so? First floor tenant typically calls it a night at around 9 p.m. As for the Jap, he's never gone to bed any earlier than 2 a.m. Okay. May I ask you something? What is it? Miss Maid, why are you so intimately familiar with Sosuke's life and habits? Oh! The tenants don't live on this floor, right? Yes, they live on the first and second floors, both below this floor. In that case, isn't it a little strange that you know so much about him? You've given us precise details on when he comes home and when he goes to bed. Ah! Joan, watch what you're doing! Goodness me, I'm terribly sorry, Master. Susato does have a point. It did feel as though, like, the maid knew more than she should have. Let's ask about Sosuke's room. By the way, which room is Sosuke's? It's right below us. Check the second floor. Mr. Holmes is currently investigating it, right? He said that the tenant himself requested the investigation, so I handed him the key. So is Kay asking Mr. Holmes to investigate his case? That has to be a barefaced lie. You think we could get a look at his room too? Sure, I don't mind. It's right down the stairs. I'm not sure if we'll find anything of use in Sosuke's room, but we need to get our hands on whatever information we can, shall we? Shall we? Of course. Not to mention, we can ask Mr. Holmes plenty of questions as well. Okay, back. Let's investigate. A bit. What's this? There's a huge screen set up here, as if it only exists to block the way. It almost looks like someone is trying to hide something. I wonder what's behind this screen. It makes me want to try and peek behind it. Maybe you should back off for now, Susato. The maid seems like she has half a mind to splash us with hot tea. See the scene of the crime, Briar Road, from here. Yeah, I can see the police proceeding with their investigation on the other side of the road. The glass is a bit fogged up. So it's difficult to see the outside. Why don't we try opening up the window? Don't take the frigid chill of London's winter too lightly now. Huh? If you open up that window, even a cup of hot tea would freeze solid right away. Not a soul exists in London that would open a window in the dead of winter. Doesn't seem like you'd get a good view of the incident from here anyway. Let's examine the table. Wow, there's so much to examine here. Look at this, Naruto. How lovely! These beautiful little pastries are arranged on cake stands. I suppose arranged is equivalent to strewn about, half eaten in her mind. Gracefully partaking in afternoon tea time is the way of the British. Master always enjoys one cup of tea paired with 2 biscuits. How delightful! Oh, wait a sec. I see 10 biscuits lined up on this cake stand. But of course, it won't do to be wasteful. Therefore, I take care of any biscuits that master leaves uneaten. You don't say. Let's examine this. There's a cupboard built into the wall. It seems very personalized. Like this really is a British cupboard. It's positively lovely. The boards are all out of place. Around the plates looks a tiny bit smashed. No kidding. Oh, no kidding. Just calling them broken would be the understatement of the century. Oh, perhaps that cannon over there might have destroyed them? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm too scared to dig any deeper. Now let's examine this cannon. How in the world would you justify having a cannon in your room? And to make matters worse, it's real! Ha! That thing is nothing more than a worthless toy. Huh? When I retired from the military, the army sold it to me. Now, in case the enemy ever attacks us, it's useful to have one lying around. Have a cannon lying around? Sure, in this crazy world we live in, we never know. You never know what just what might happen next. Mr. Gainer, what do you think could possibly happen? Well, so far, Joan uses it to dry her aprons. According to her, they dry quite nicely when she hangs them there. It's almost as if the cannon itself is hanging its head in shame. That's a good description. There are books piled up on the table. I suppose they enjoy the reading. You see, the winter nights in London are so long. There's nothing quite like sitting down with a book by the fireplace. Oh, it's a copy of the Strand magazine. Even Mr. Gaddab is fond of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Huh? Mr. Holmes really is a big deal, I guess. Set in a splendid decorative frame. It looks like the owner is quite proud of it. I'm a little worried about the way it's leaning. Oh, that! It's just an old hunk of junk. Huh? Could just toss the thing, but it would be excusably rude to the general. So as you can see, I decided just to throw it up there on the wall. Said that, but its frame is high up on the wall and is polished to perfection to boot. Part of the medal bears an inscription. Let's see. Good job medal? Well then, that sounds like a medal even I could earn. Yes, well, what you see is what you get. It was their way of saying good job. Every soldier knows that one's deeds cannot be measured simply by sheer number of medals. This is a shell from a cannon! Yes, it would appear so, but why would something like that be in there? Oh, I fired that one straight into the barracks during artillery training. Even to this very day, it's still a bit of a legend within the army. What? So you just took it with you because you felt like it? Well, no, I wouldn't really say that. I just felt like it. It's just a heap of scrap after all. Wouldn't even be a big deal if I just tossed it. I just kept it there in case somehow, some way it might be useful at some point. And have you ever found any use of it? Ah, that's right. The other day while she was cleaning the room, John dropped the blast thing on my foot. Oh dear. For the first time in ages, the great John Garrideb webbed a man's tears. Maybe you should get rid of that thing. What about the other shelf? This looks like an old military uniform. It's been brushed meticulously to pristine perfection. What, you mean those silly old rags? Huh? This here is a piece of celebratory garb I wore for my retirement from the armed forces. I hate looking back on the past, you see. I had considered throwing it out, but, well, if I had to leave one thing behind as a memento of my life, I guess that'd be it. I see. Guess I shouldn't provide any more information to this. Okay, we've investigated enough. There's nothing here. Let's go to Sosuke's room. Whoa! 19th of February, Sosuke naps in his room. This is pretty amazing. What a stifling stench. I feel like I'm about to choke on the air in this room. Is it coming from that huge mountain of old books? I've never seen this many books. I haven't either. Still, it's so dark in here. That is a window over there, is it not? Other than a window, it looks like something that was once a window. It looks like it's been filled in using bricks and mortar. Does Sosuke really live in a room like this? By the way, that seems to Holmes anywhere. Oh, you're right. According to what Mr. Garidab had said, he should have been investigating in here. Oh my god, look at that Gucci! Come here, you. Oh, what a darling cat! Maybe he's a little watchman. Here to guard the books while the master is away. He's not doing his job very well. He's just jumped into a mountain of books. Just like a little calico cat. I guess they have those here in Great Britain too. Perhaps Sosuke brought him here from Japan. Suddenly I feel so homesick for Japan. We've only been here for 2 days though. Okay, let's examine the fake cat, aka the Jizo cat. Look, it's a beckoning cat from back home. He must have brought this from Japan. Why is the text not on the upper side of the box? That's a mistake. Well, you brought that huge Daruma doll with you. Don't think you have any room to talk. I'm ill at ease in a foreign country. I just wanted to have a good luck charm. Right, and Sosuke brought his beckoning cat in hopes of good fortune. But the only thing that's been beckoned is this awful incident. Naruto, one shouldn't dwell on bad fortune. He didn't even say anything. The way my eyes talk for me just keeps getting me into trouble. Yep, he talks with his eyes too much. Oh, no, what is there to examine? The books? Yeah, the books. A ridiculous amount of books are piled up in a veritable mountain of stories. They're all in English literature, and they're all considerably old and dusty. There are more than enough books here to last a lifetime, don't you think? No doubt, it's like a dream come true. It's more like a nightmare in my opinion. I'm sure whichever poor book is at the bottom won't ever see the light of the day again. Think of it as a once-in-a-lifetime experience, just like a perfect tea ceremony. last place I imagined tea ceremonies would come up. Let's see the window first. Why is the window like this? This is a window, I guess? One would think so. For some reason this one seems to have been completely covered by bricks. Yeah, this might as well just be more wall. Why in the world would someone do this? Don't ask me, I haven't the foggiest idea. Perhaps Sosuke had an episode one day and chose to build the wall right then and there. Yikes. Scary because it sounds like something he would actually do. Either way, the lack of a window has caused the air in here to get all thick and heavy. Being in this room makes one's mood rather heavy as well. By the way, I'm the type of person who likes their windows closed as well. Just for your information. Let's examine this. Japanese stardust is solemnly within the vast mountain of literature. Maybe this is where Sosuke reads his books and pets his cat. But he even dreams about being smothered by those old books. I'm afraid you might be right. What's this? There's something on the top of the desk. It's a receipt from used bookshop. Tattered Tales Book Emporium. It's addressed to Sosuke and is dated 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. It's the same day as the incident. I've got a feeling that was just before Sosuke got roped into this whole incident. It seems he was out shopping for old books. Oh yeah, he didn't commit murder, he was accused for attempted murder. It's a different case entirely. Okay. Let's examine that. Let's go to court record and examine that receipt in details. Sosuke Natsume, 17th of February, 4:45 p.m. Monsieur Lecoq, literally Mr. the Rooster. Lecoq means the rooster in French. It's the name of the book, Monsieur Lecoq. It's a real book. Monsieur Lecoq is a real book. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, The Canterbury Tales. All of these books are real. 2 shillings received in payment. Okay. So he paid 2 shillings for 3 books. Alright then. Okay. Let's see, what did we not investigate here? Oh, the floor. Okay. There are scraps of paper with English words scribbled on them. It looks like they are overflowing from the rubbish bin. Maybe he was feverishly dunning. I'm getting tired. Maybe he was feverishly doing his research with remarkable intensity. Or maybe, just maybe, he's remarkably lazy when it comes to cleaning up. I suppose it's not my place to judge a man. Okay, let's keep examining. That's the floor, that's the thingy. Wow, there is nothing unusual here. I've examined everything this room has. Okay, back, move. Let's move to... Okay, where do I move now? Okay, let's move to Gary Deb. Nothing here, okay. Homes. No. examine Holmes's room. Oh, hold on! Yeah, we have to examine Holmes's room. Let's examine this. Since coming to the Great British Empire, I've really grown fond of these fireplaces. So relaxing to gaze at the flames dancing in this bulky hearth. What's more, just look at that mantelpiece. Wow, it's just like how they describe it in the Sherlock Holmes novels. You don't say. Yeah, for instance, inside that Persian slipper, they have the red chocolate! And this thing, with a large pocket knife sticking out, must be a shopping notes! The market is changing every day! I feel like that's a little different from what I read in the books. I actually feel a little bad for Susato. Yeah, I mean, this is a big room to investigate. It's 3 parts. And look at Iris! Wow! She's writing in the manuscript. She's writing the manuscript. What's with this imposing black lump of steel? Oh, that's called a typewriter! Yes, you can write the whole essay without even needing a pen. It's super fast at that. Someone bad at writing like me wouldn't have much use for this sort of thing. Does that mean that all of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes was... Yep, I wrote every word of it on this typewriter. But that's incredible! That's simply astounding! I forgot to investigate this house. Maybe because they immediately transitioned to Briar Rose Street. That's why I forgot to investigate this place. Sada's face really lit up when she heard that. Okay. Let's talk to Iris. Iris is hard at work on her typewriter. Her eyes are blazing and she's pounding away at the keys with incredible energy. I'm sorry, I'm cutting it close to the deadline for the next month's issue. Oh, I see, you must be under a lot of pressure. You must leave her to her work, Naruhodo. Don't have to get into your tossing stance, Susato. Beautiful Western tea set is arranged meticulously on the table. That one's my favorite! Have some of my evening herbal tea! Herbal tea? I'm trying out a new blend from various herbs that I'm growing in my garden. Wait a sec, I'll let you have today's special blend. Iris seems really excited. Truly. Some cute little bottles are lined up in rows on this cute little white shelf. Oh, those? You probably shouldn't touch those, because they explode! Explode? Could these possibly be chemicals or scientific experiments? Yep, you got it! Holmes is always telling me science is an explosion! Huh? Well, Mikamin would agree with Sherlock Holmes. It means that just one discovery can change the whole world in one big boom! I guess that's one way of looking at it. Anyway, now I'm definitely staying away from those things. Okay, I guess that's it for this side. Yep. Let's examine this. Looks like this big iron box is being used as a coffee table. The box has a huge, sturdy-looking lock on it. Shouldn't just go around opening boxes, Naruhodo. You You're really a troublemaker, aren't you? Well, you really give off that impression. You wanna know what's inside the box? Lots of all of my really important stuff. Smart tells me she won't give us any more information. Mysterious leather shoe with a mallet, a dancing doll, and the bust of Napoleon. Oh, this shelf is just brimming with romance and adventure. I've never seen a single shoe used as a decoration before. Oh, those? Every one of those things is a memento from one of Holmes's cases. Whoa, really? Even the bust of Napoleon? Uh-huh. Sometimes when he's in a good mood, he'll take it and smash it to bits on the floor. Does that to his innocent statue? Yep. And every single time he goes out and buys a new one. Wow, I guess that seems like the kind of bizarre hobby a ceramics master would have. Oh, such romance. Oh, the globe. Hello. Books and other materials stuffed with a mess of mind-boggling scientific equipment. It's all crammed so tightly into the shelves, they look like they could topple over at any moment. Yeah, Holmes is a bit of a hoarder. I can see that. The other day he tried digging through those materials to do some research. It was stuffed so tight that he couldn't get anything out, so he brought more instead. He bought. Oh, so he just bought more instead. This is a Western musical instrument. I think they call these violins. Yep, Mr. Holmes is supposed to be an expert violinist. Ah, really? Yep, really. Just kinda wound up that way. Huh? You mean you? Something I just casually wrote in Holmes's novels. Yes, you said that he's incredibly skilled. Actually, Holmes had never even touched a violin in his life. The real shit. I think Arthur Conan Doyle would be rolling into his grave if he sees this line. Yeah, because the real Sherlock Holmes in his stories is an expert violinist for real. Oh. But when he started getting tons of requests from people, it got so bad he could just call them, I can't play the violin. Tell them. Call them. Why am I mixing up words for some reason? He couldn't just tell them I can't play the violin. So that means... Yep, he rushed out and bought a four-fitted violin from a pawn shop. Then he practiced until his fingers were about to fall off. That's crazy. And about that he got really good in a really short amount of time. There we go. Redemption. What did you expect from the famous great detective? Even great detectives should have some limits. Exactly, that's why I said redemption. What's this machine? Yeah, this machine is curious. Really. What's this huge piece of machinery? That's called the all-purpose analysis lens. It can analyze anything. My word! Looks like an truly extraordinary device. Holmes invented it about a year ago. He uses it for investigations. So what kind of things has it been used to analyze so far? Well, actually, it hasn't analyzed anything yet. Well then, it hasn't? Why not? See, on the night he finished constructing it, Holmes had a realization. Now that I think of it, he said, there isn't really anything I want to analyze. Oh. You, do you have anything you want analyzed? I think that more than anything, this analysis is the first thing that should be analyzed. And with this, we finished investigating Holmes's room. Let's go back to... Let's move. Let's move to the jail. To the gaol. Yeah, you see, something new. 19th February, gaol, cell 9. Does it look like we'll ever to meet with Sosuke for the time being? Why not? They're probably listening to his testimony in preparation for tomorrow's trial. Maybe you're right. His trial's tomorrow after all. I can't stop them from questioning him. Okay, let's try coming back later. Alright. Hope he doesn't give his usual "yes I do" to any of the wrong questions this time. Move. Okay, come on. Briar Road. I've examined everything. Probably. Oh, let's examine the road itself. There's snow piled on the footpath, but you can see wheel tracks on the road. It seems coaches often cross through Briar Road. I called it Briar Rose. Briar Rose Street earlier. I've soon realized my mistake, because Briar Rose is a character from Fable, another video game. That's why I made that mistake. My realization was so funny. Snow will likely be all gone soon. Considering I slipped and fell on the footpath just a little while ago, I feel like I'd be safer if I just walked on the street instead. Due to black clothes and your small physique, I'd be worried that the horses would trample you without even noticing. Thanks for your concern. Let's examine... Hold on. One moment. The last thing to be examined, the wall. Let's examine the wall. Hey, hold on! Look at the window of this building! What's the matter with it? It's completely sealed off with bricks. Oh my, I wonder what's that about? All about. Maybe the house is completely vacant. There's smoke billowing up from the chimney. British culture remains an enigma. Okay, where do I go then? Move, go. Let's move to the Chief Justice office. It's the only place we didn't visit yet. Never mind, there is nothing here. Okay, let's move back to Gary Depp's room then. Let's talk to him. Examine. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. Before, no talking. Examine, talk, yeah, talk. Sorry about that, court record. Let's present, oh no, I cannot present. Why? Details, there is nothing here. People. Mate, age unknown. Gary Depp is 46. I can't show them anything. This is weird. This is very weird indeed. Let's keep examining. Hold on, what's this? This is new. This portrait, Mr. Gary Depp is glaring in the viewer's direction. One of the smaller picture frames seem to display Mr. Gary Depp's images as well. What's more, there is what looks like to be a statue of a lion as well. Oh, that old thing! The neighbor pawn shop shoved that on me? What do you mean by shoved? Shopkeep has a good head for the game. I always end up buying forfeited pawn items. Afterwards, I realized that I don't really need any of this junk. Indeed, the lion statue does seem a bit unnecessary. Wow, Susato was pretty blunt about that. Okay, that was nothing important, I guess. Where do I go then? Move? Sosuke's room. I mean, we need to find Holmes. And Holmes is in this room. Examine. I can't examine. Hold on. No, that's examined already. Because there is a tick mark on it. That's examined. That's examined. That's examined. This is weird. This is very weird. I've examined this entire room, yet nothing happened. And I'm supposed to find Holmes. Oh, this place. Okay. Some kind of clunky meter is installed on the wall here. Huh? It looks like it has a coin slot on it. It appears to be a gas meter. Gas? Yes, apparently you purchase gas in this area by inserting coins here. So if you put the coin in this meter, what happens? You get enough gas to use as a lamp and a heater for a night. In other words, the penniless poor have to spend the night freezing in the dark. Yes, then again, I suppose rich people who only carry paper money would suffer the same fate. London's a scary place. Okay, I didn't examine that. What's next? Let's move slowly but surely. This cursor. There has to be something I didn't examine. There has to be. Something that triggers an event. Also, the game has gone awfully silent. It's really unfitting. I've already examined this. What the hell? I'm sure I examined everything this room has. But there is no Holmes. Where is the guy? Okay, enough examining. I'm getting a bit tired. Okay. My Deb's room, Holmes' room, Gowl. Let's enter the Gowl again. No, it's not here. Railroad again. Oh, the sky. I can't believe how grey and cloudy it is here. What's more, the fog is so thick I can barely see what's in front of me. Seems they weren't joking when they called London the Smoke. Yeah, London was called in the 19th century was called the City of Ash. Because of two things: the industrial revolution and the crime rate. Those two are the major factors why it is called that. It was called that in the 19th century. Way off amidst all the fog, I can faintly make out what seems to be a tower being built. That's the crystal Crystal Tower. It's being built for the World's Fair to be held in half a year from now. I hear the whole tower will be covered in glass, and it will be the grandest symbol of the fair yet. Greatest fair in the world, huh? Can hardly even imagine. Oh, it's the so that's the Crystal Tower, huh? Okay. I take note. Maybe there is something I didn't investigate about this place. Maybe. That's the guard. That's the roadblock. Nothing. What do I do here? Examine the Chief Justice thing? I have no time for that. Maybe. I hate it when I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go to Holmes's room. Again. Examining Iris would do nothing. I want to talk to her, but yeah. She won't let me. Maybe there is a thing about Holmes here. I wanted to examine this, but it didn't let me. What do I do after this? I've went everywhere, I've talked to everyone, I've examined everything. I should be able to present evidence to people. I can examine my armband, but it won't do anything for the fun of it. Map of the scene, details. This is Briar Road, this is Calvalash's room. The map does nothing. The receipt, I've read that. Tattered whatever. Tattered tales. What do I do? What in hell's name do I do? Any idea, Joe? You've been following the game. I mean, Sosuke's room is very silent right now. There should be something. Oh! When did that arrow appear in Sosuke's room? Tell me! Did you notice that arrow? I didn't. I swear to God. I need to pay attention more. I need to wake up. There you are, you piece of crap. Oh look, Naruto. That's... When did he get here? He seems to be busy with his nose deep in a very old looking book. I guess let's call him over. Hey, Mr. Holmes! Huh? Why hello, if it isn't you two. As I recall, you two were... Indeed. We were together on board the SS Claire. Oh yes, the SS Claire. As I recall, that was... Thank you so much for helping us find the truth behind the Sugi's murder. Of course, that's it. It was none other than Master Asugi. The one with the snake, right? Huh? Well, you're not quite there, but you aren't completely wrong either. Something like that. It's a great honor that you remembered us. Mr. Holmes, we are... Oh, wait. I have confidence in my memory. I'm sure I can remember your name with perfect clarity. You are Miss Naruto. Really? Really? Maybe in the future. Hold on. Just a moment. Okay, I'm fine. Okay. And Master Susato. You've got it turned around. Touché. On the day that we arrived in London, I was hoping I could invite you two to my home. Those bastards from the yard caught me at the station and rushed me to the crime scene. It was so ridiculously simple, I only needed about 30 minutes to crack the case. Sosuke after only 30 minutes? Anywho, thanks to that, my memories on the other cases have gotten a little foggy. Just a little? Every addition of knowledge you forget something that you knew before. It is of the highest importance, therefore, not to have useless facts elbowing out the useful ones. By the way, those very words are written in A study in Scarlet. Those are my own words. A study in Scarlet. Are you freaking kidding me, translators? A study in Scarlet. Scarlet Study. The Scarlet Study translation team wrote these. I think they changed the Japanese text entirely in this part. That's a nice touch by the translators. Please don't quote yourself again. Don't remember it clearly myself. She had written it for me so nicely. Must mean Iris. Mr. Holmes, there's something I would like to ask you about that simple case. Oh, what is it? You're looking pretty fierce. Go ahead. It seems much more fun to talk about murders in such a gloomy room. Let's talk to him, finally. This is the exchange student Sosuke Natsume's room. Mr. Holmes, you're the one who arrested him, right? He was arrested under the pretense that he stabbed a woman on Briar Road. Sosuke, yes, I believe that was his name. Sosuke says that he didn't do it, but you arrested him despite that. I don't think that's fair at all. What do you mean? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Susato. Mr. Holmes is really going to play dumb while he looks Susato straight in the eye? No, I'm not playing dumb at all. I think the two of you have come to some sort of misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I have no recollection of ever calling that poor postured Japanese man the culprit. What are you implying? If you want to know the request I received from Scotland Yard word for word, Man escaped from the crime scene. We want you to find both his identity and location. Man escaped? There were a few books that had been left at the scene. Judging from the book plate, it was clear that the book was purchased from a local bookshop. After I spoke with the owner, it wasn't long before I arrived at this room, and that's all. I believe the receipt for that book is somewhere around there. And you're saying that Sosuke isn't the culprit? Who's to say? I certainly wouldn't know. I came back because it had started to pique my curiosity, but there are just so many intriguing books here. I very suddenly found myself reading them. Of course, by no means I was doing this just because I was bored, really. And Lord Gary. Well, that reminds me. Have you already met with the landlord of this flat? Yes, Mr. Garideb, the retired soldier. It was the very first time I've met someone from the Great British Empire's military. And it was the first time that I've ever met with a maid from the Great British Empire. Sorry about that. What's so funny? Oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm sure you're already aware, but many of London's households have maids in service. Yes, I read about that in the Great British Empire's guidebook. To put it another way, whether or not the household has a maid in service determines their rank in society. Their rank? Simply put, as long as you have at least one maid, you're middle class. If not, you'd be below that. Middle-class households have enough servants to be considered a huge family on their own. You see, this is awe-inspiring in its own right. Essentially, for those caught on the border between middle and lower class, it's quite the important matter. I had no idea. That's exactly what draws my attention to that man. The retired soldier, Jean Garideb. What? That lovable little soldier is hiding something. So whether or not it's related to the case at hand, that is yet to be seen. Oh, of course he is hiding something. What does he mean? I must say though, this really is quite a gloomy room. If I was stuck in this room for long enough, I would be sure to stab someone sooner or later. Sasuke didn't stab anyone! But like I said, sooner or later. That's not what I meant. Speaking of how gloomy it is in here, I can't help but wonder why there aren't any windows in this room. Oh? Well, I guess it wouldn't be right to say that there aren't any at all, but... they're all completely covered up with bricks! Oh yes, the answer to that is simple. It's because of window tags. Window tags? What in the world? Joe, do me a favor and search that, please. Really, I am curious if that window tax is real. Or not, in British 19th century. I mean, a tax for windows? Why? You can't be serious! They tax you just for having windows installed? That's exactly the case. What? Long ago, Britain taxed its citizens based on how many windows their homes had. The poor and penniless rushed to paint over the windows in the houses that they inherited. On the other hand, the rich would put windows all over their premises. Okay, Joe, could you tell me more in detail? Really, I'm really curious. I'm really curious. Thank you very much for your trouble as well. I mean, like, why was it issued? What are the prices? Apparently, they were trying to gain favor by paying exorbitant sums to those in power. That's downright horrible! Nobody should have to live in a room with no light. Take your time, Joe, take your time. Well, because of that, an epidemic began spreading through the country. The window tax was abolished about 40 years ago, but even now, there remain traces of the effects it had. This flat is one of many examples. I wonder if Sosuke is not receiving an exchange student allowance. Probably not, from what I've investigated thus far. He's renting this room at a rock bottom rate. It's probably because of just how terrible this room is. Supposedly, Sosuke moved into this room last week. Yes, it appears so, however. There is a reason to believe that this room isn't cheap merely because of how run down it is. Huh? Ah, pay me no mind, I doubt it has anything to do with this case anyway. Now I can't help but to be curious. Well, that's all I can say on the matter. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Oh, that's right, Master Naruto. If I recall, you said you wanted to become a lawyer, right? You remember that? So, are you going to defend him? The tenant of this flat. Master Sosuke, right? I don't know. What do you mean? The truth is, I already stood as an attorney in this country just yesterday. Oh, that's amazing. It looks like your dream didn't take long to become reality. But I'm so lost. I've lost sight of what it means to believe in my client. Belief, huh? Hey, Mr. Holmes, there is no way that Sosuke is the culprit, right? How would you expect me to know that? Huh? But didn't you come to this flat to investigate the stabbing? Well, yes, that was my intention at first. There was this endless pile of intriguing books, so I lost myself in the joys of reading. I see. Anyway, there are two truths that I have come to understand. Oh, it's time for some theater. A Japanese man fled from the scene of the crime 2 days ago, and then there is a man who claims that he witnesses Sosuke committing the crime. That's all. Oh, that's right. There's one more thing. One more? What might that be? I'm not sure if this is connected to the incident, but I'm certain that it's true. The retired soldier, the landlord gentleman, he's hiding something. You mean Mr. Garidab? He mentioned this before, huh, too. That's just about everything that has piqued my interest so far. Naruto, we still haven't found any decisive leads in our investigation so far. Yeah, you're right. It might be worthwhile to look into Mr. Garidab's secret. Still, I can't guarantee that it's related to this case in any way. Either way, I wish you the best of luck, Master Naruto. Just ran off to the back end of the flat. Now it's time to... Okay, let's move to Mr. Garidab. Here. Oh, something changed. Lovely. Oh, you too again. I can't seem to remember his name, but is the good detective still hard at work? Sherlock Holmes? Ah, that was the one. Not that it concerns me. Yeah, he seemed to be very content with the progress of his investigation. That's just wonderful. John, another cup of tea, please. So, did you both... John, watch what you're doing! Master, it is almost time for your meal. It is almost time for your meal. Yes, so it is. Friends, I kindly request that you be on your way. Oh, alright. You've been a great help. Thank you. Not at all. It was a pleasure to have a chat with youths from a faraway land. Well then, good luck to you. Now, if you'll excuse me. Good Lord! And that was old pounds, not the new pounds. What would that be equivalent in dollars? I wonder. I know how much it is equivalent in my currency, which is the Tunisian dinar, but I don't know what the equivalent in dollars. That's expensive, and that's outrageously expensive, even. According to Holmes, Mr. Garideb is hiding something from us. As of now, we have no leads, but I wonder if we can dig something up somehow. Oh, hold on. There is something there. Oh, hello, Holmes. Sorry about that. What in the world is he doing there? Excuse me, Mr. Holmes. Hey there, my friends. We meet again. What in blazes did you? I didn't even see you. It's just as you've surmised. It was I, Sherlock Holmes, all along. What on earth are you doing over there? I have a habit of always taking in the sunset by the window, right around twilight. However, there doesn't seem to be a single window in that delightful little room. As you can see, I took it upon myself to quietly borrow this little window instead. I guess this is one of his special needs. Oh, and one more thing, Master Naruto. Sir? I do believe that now is the time. I will need your assistance. I need your assistance in making sense of my own astounding great detective's intellect. Does that mean he had planned this reunion at the Garideb residence? Then Mr. Holmes, this assuming little room got a secret. No matter how trivial, not a single detail can escape my eyes. Mr. Naruto, you are ready, I presume. $40. Let's consider that the old pounds are more expensive than the new pounds. That would be the equivalent, let's say of $120. Let's say that. I'm just saying an imaginary number because I don't know how old money is equivalent to newer money. I'm saying a number at random right now. That's a lot in dinars. That's equal to what my father pays for the electricity bill nowadays. In Windows. Master Naruto, you are ready, I presume? Yes, I am. Let's finish this before dinner time, shall we? Time for great detectives, great deduction. Let's do this! Mr. Garideb, you may have been an exceptional soldier, however, I can't say in good conscience that you're well suited to being a landlord. What? That's right, I have already seen the truth. At this point I have come to great conclusions, Mr. Garideb. What conclusions? Let's start with the first conclusion. You are secretly harboring a vicious wild animal. Aha! As for the second conclusion, as a result of that wild animal's vicious fury, you have lost something precious to you. Aha! Naruto, look! Mr. Garideb is turning pale, there's no doubt about it. Mr. Holmes' conclusions are right on the mark again. How did you know that? One might wonder. The reasoning really is quite simple. After all, I am the king of beasts when it comes to the thick, dense jungle known as logic. Taming the white tyrants born of Mother Nature is no simple task. Now everyone, shall we begin? Come one and all to Sherlock Holmes' theater of logic and reason. Start. Deduction, start. The game is afoot. Topic 1. The Beast. Now boys and girls, you shouldn't need a great detective's guidance to see this one. Because it's abundantly clear that the most fearsome beast has run amok in this very room. Now what, might you ask, is the identity of the mysterious beast? It would seem that our good veteran's eyes tell us more than one would expect. What? The answer lies within your very line of sight. The identity of the beast that laid waste to this is revealed by this lion statue. How can a statue wreak havoc, dude? Despite your status as a soldier, you're horribly destitute, and you appear rather frail at that. Because of this, you cling to a certain wistful admiration of the great king of the beasts, the lion. What are you even talking about? You became consumed by your burning admiration of the beast. So consumed that you secretly arranged to have a lion sent from India for you to domesticate. What? Taming the king of the jungle proved to be no simple feat, and as a result, this room is left ravaged by the tyrant's own vicious claw marks. Really, Holmes, it's a statue! Come on! Even a baby can notice that! What in the world? Yet at first glance, no such beast can be found in this room. Where could that monster have disappeared to? The answer lies, if I may, madame? What? Please pardon my rudeness, but just one look at you tells me all I need to know. You mean at me? Only me? Why, even your pocket alone reveals the whereabouts of our disappearing beast. It's a flyer of the circus, peeking out of your pocket, isn't it? Oh! You scrambled for some method through which to dispose of the fierce lion. Allons voir circus. Allons voir. Allons voir is a pun to French expression allons voir, which means let's go see this. It's a pun. It's nothing more than a pun. A traveling troupe of musicians who pitched their tent in a nearby park. Even I've seen them. And you two are going to sell off that dangerous lion to the troupe. Preposterous! There you have it. I believe this clears everything up. The fearsome beast that destroyed this room was actually a lion! When I went to see the circus, the lion was joyfully jumping through a ring of fire. Oh! Circus lion. Okay. If there was a circus lion, then it was a good make. But no, it's not. So, Mr. Goridev, it would appear that you had some deep affection to such a fierce beast. Indeed, that seemingly nonchalant gesture betrays your true feelings. The intense pain you bear is clearly revealed by that hand on your cheek. It's all because you had to tearfully depart, tearfully depart with that beast you so dearly loved. The pain of losing one so important to you, I know that pain all too well. No, you've got it all wrong. Where, I ask, does your pain come from? But again, the truth is brought to light by your line of sight. Of course, the cause of all your suffering is this bundle of bills. All of those envelopes piled up over there appear to be bills. Oh! Here we have bills for a huge wagon's worth of meat, potatoes, wheat, and black tea. Costs of keeping a lion fed dealt a devastating blow to your household finances. Thus, there was little you could do but part with him. Isn't that right? Ah! But then, in the final act of reckless violence, the beast attacked once more. Attacked? And the traces of its great rampage are clear. See the garment below torn to shreds. Oh, come on! It's clearly burnt! There is even the cigarette there. It looks like to be a high quality carpet woven from wool. Why did something so horrible have to be sold to such a lovely carpet? Oh. Well, madame, it seems like it's your turn to tell me something now. The answer to my question is in your eyes. What was it left in the carpet? What was it that left the carpet in this sorry state? The evidence lies in the cake stand. Oh, come on, no. It's the cigarette. There is nothing in the world more dangerous than a hungry lion. I believe a certain great queen once said, if there is no bread, let them eat cake. Marie Antoinette, yep, indeed. That's true. It's safe to say that food is the catalyst for all great tragedies. What do you mean? Having grown sick of the taste of cake, the beast set his sights on new prey. And what prey fell victim to the tyrant's fury? I think it goes without saying. There is room for only one conclusion. Famished and in a daze, the poor jungle king devoured the carpet. Bite marks in the carpet are a perfect match to those of a lion I once spotted in India. Well, if you say so. Bite marks, conclude. And there you have it. The great deductions of Sherlock Holmes have been revealed. Sorry, Sherlock, but Iris is better than you. I think Joe agrees on this too. Ah! Joe, the tea is spinning, I say. Oh dear me, master, I hadn't even noticed. Well, spilling your tea in the face of my impeccable logic is to be expected. I've heard tales of a housewife who spills tears as well as tea. Why? Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, could we have another quick talk? Of course, Master Naruto. What's on your mind this time? But it's about your logic. Do you really think there was a lion running around in this cramped little room? Indeed, it seemed the only plausible explanation that I could think of. What a frightful notion. Certainly not a theory that mere common sense would come up with. Maybe you should try using a little more common sense in your deductions. Suppose some sort of lion really did rampage in this room. Can't imagine how Mr. Geiger and his main ghost made it out safe and sound. Oh please, is that all that's bothering you? I'd wager they countered his onslaught with a great big cannon to the face. How could have sold it off to the circus? Let's put that issue of the meat and potatoes aside for now. This is the first I've heard of any lion drinking black tea. I am an English lion. Well then, do you see, Mr. Sato, here are my thoughts on the matter. No matter who or what you may be, when you come to visit the great British Empire, the right to enjoy afternoon tea is a privilege shared equally by all. I can't believe I just acted like a lion and he just said that. It's an insult to English, to every British person here. It's a very admirable position, I suppose. Moving on, now it's our turn. Naruto? Right, I figured it as much. Let's give Mr. Holmes' reasoning a little push in the right direction. At last, this is the moment I've been waiting for, Master Naruto. Still have no idea how this deduction is supposed to relate to the case. But, the pursuit of truth can't possibly be a vain effort. At least, I hope not. Now everyone, shall we begin once again? Come, one and all, to Sherlock Holmes' theatre of logic and reason. Review start. Hold it! Mr. Holmes. Okay. I will not read this again. I will read only the corrected ones, as usual. I find it hard to believe that he'd bring a lion here. Well, one look at Mr. Gandalf's reaction should tell you that it's indeed true that some manner of beast destroyed this room. Wow, that sounds crazy. At any rate, you can be certain that it was not a lion smuggled over from India. In that case, what could this beast have been? Focus on Mr. Gaidab's line of sight. That must be where the truth lies. Okay. Hold on, I cannot examine anything but this place. Ammunition. Ammunition. Picture frame. What's this picture frame? Let's examine. This photo. It looks to have been taken on his wedding day. He looks incredibly happy here. I'm glad he's happy, but we can't see his wife's face. Fortunately, the glass is cracked beyond all repair now. I wonder what happened, but maybe I shouldn't think too hard about it. Mrs. Gaida. This. The huge crack on this glass makes it impossible to see her face. Even with the crack in the way, she can't hide her rotund figure. Rather than rotund, I'd say her form is more robust. No kidding. Looks like he's exerting a ton of energy to hold her up. Probably be in his best interest not to make her angry. Look here, his wife is wearing such a large wedding ring. Yeah, it's very unique at that. It looks like the ring is decorated with a sunflower motif. His wife is the maid. She has to be. However, was it the wife? Can't explore anything else. It's either the wife, the ammunition. It's either the wife or the ammunition. This is an artillery shell. Why are there so many dangerous things in this room? It's some kind of memento from his soldier days. Speaking of which, Mr. Garidev said something about that. Some years ago, he took a shot to the knee in battle. I wonder if this is... His knee was shot with this thing. It would have totally shattered on impact. First Mr. Holmes' Persian slipper, and now this. I guess the British don't like to put normal things on their mantelpieces. Okay, hold on. There must be something else. There must be. It has to be the wife. No. Ah, it didn't shatter. Set up a picture frame right behind this lion statue, as if trying to hide it. I haven't gotten a good look, so I'm not sure yet, but maybe, just maybe, the truth lies here. It's my greatest trick. Brazenly blurting out vague ideas without even checking the evidence. What kind of terribly vague reasoning is that supposed to be? Oh well, this is the theater of logic and reason after all, right? The theater of logic and reason. If you want to play a farce, do it in your own theater. Oh, sorry, I guess. Because it says this. There's no doubt that someone or something ran amok in this room. Whatever that should be in Mr. Gaidev's line of sight. It's crucial that I investigate anything and everything that I possibly can. Because of Mr. Gaidev's line of sight, that must be where the truth lies. It has to be the shell, come on. Okay, let's present the ammunition. What? What does not put this... Okay. I don't want to read this. Oh my god, I'm doing bad. It has to be the wife. Come on. This time... One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. I was brought a drink. Thank you. Okay, it's not the shell, it has to be the wife. Come on. Okay, I'm being stupid here. Examine. This made me a mistake. Made me mistake this. There we go. Shatter. You see? The identity of the beast that laid waste to this den is revealed by this, Mrs. Garidev. Right you are, Master Naruto. There is not a single other suspect, eh? person depicted in this photograph is your wife, is it not? Sadly, with the photograph in this state, we are unable to see her face. But what we can see is the considerable amount of force being exerted by those arms. It's lagging a bit. It's frame rate drop, by the way. Verily, in this case, calling her went on a rampage in this room was Mr. Gary Debb's very own wife. Ah! This room is left around by all these claw marks. What in the world? Yet, at first glance, no such piece can be found in this room. Where could that monster have disappeared to? The answer lies, if I may, madame. What? No. Out on how frail she is. Indeed, his wife does seem to be missing from this room, and the clue that reveals her location must be hidden somewhere on the maid's person. Where could Mr. Gary Debb's wife be? She is his wife. Come on. Wedding ring alone reveals the whereabouts of our disappearing beast. Oh. Yeah, his wife is the maid. Precisely, that beauteous ring shining upon your finger. That's it! It's a perfect match with the one on Mrs. Gary Debb's finger in this photograph. In other words, Miss Maid, you are no mere maid. Indeed. You are none other than Mr. Gary Debb's wife! Yeah, that's his wife. Indeed. Well, I should expect no less from the great detective. You guessed right. This is my wife, Joan. Joan and Joan. Oh my god. Now I noticed it. I didn't read that. I wasn't paying attention. From what I can see, your life is anything but radiant, as you, a retired veteran, have been reduced to renting our vacant rooms, yes? Out. As such, you lack the income to hire a maid, am I mistaken? He is of the poor class. He's below middle class. Then. But as former captain of the 3rd platoon, I still have my pride. Yet now I can't even hire a single maid. Isn't it just pitiful? Here in London, whether or not your house has a maid at its disposal, is effectively the borderline between the lower and middle classes. If you ask me, I feel like it's pointless to worry over things like that. And the beast, I mean your wife, is pretending to be a maid. That about sums it up. What do you have to say, Mr. Gary Depp? Of course, it's only when visitors come calling. Please keep this a secret. No! Not just a secret. Confidential! Mrs. Gary Depp. Okay. So, Mr. Gary Depp, it would appear that you had some deep affection for such a fierce beast. Being his wife. Oh my god. Okay. Wow, good old Mr. Holmes is treating Mrs. Gary Depp like a beast. Speaking as a lady myself, it makes me feel almost as bad as she does. Anyways, Mr. Gary Depp's wife is standing right in front of us. It means that he didn't didn't lose any beloved beast. Oh, you're right. If you take that into consideration, then perhaps there may be some other meaning behind the way he's covering his cheek. In Mr. Holmes's own words, Mr. Garrideb felt some kind of pain. Yeah, I've seen it when he panicked the first time. You should think about what Mr. Garrideb's expression really means. There it is. A slap mark. Shattered! I saw it before. That's why I knew the answer immediately. The intense pain you bear is here revealed by that slap mark. The aftermath of a slap from a considerably strong arm remains engraved in your cheek. Madame John Garrideb, I can only assume that this was your doing? Oh dear. And you, John Garrideb, you are hiding your pain from us. Ah! How did you come to know this so much? I'm a master of deduction. Not a thing on this earth can evade my sight. That's why you never look directly at us. You are trying to keep your cheek hidden. Ah! Now let's move on. We have more to discuss. For example, why in the world did her palm come to strike your face? This is new. Much more directly, why would Madame Garrideb slap her own husband? Yet again, the truth is brought to light by your line of sight. Of course, the cause of all your suffering is this bundle of pills. And remember, those pills were for a lion's share of food. Now we know that there was never a lion. And I wonder who wolfed down all of that lion feed. If I had to guess, it must have been Mr. Garrideb's wife. Hey, don't call it feed, as she's some kind of animal! But let's call it what you want. In the end, we know that Mr. Garrideb had to take a slap to the face from his wife. Worse, she hit him so hard that we can still clearly see the print. I wonder why she ended up slapping this gentleman, though. Yeah, I'd really like to find out why, too. Okay, the sight. Oh, what's that? Let's examine the bookmark. This book has a bookmark set in it. It appears that Mr. Garrideb enjoys reading. Oh, hang on a second. This doesn't look like a bookmark. Oh, you're right, it looks like a woman's writing is rolled here in ink. Oh, James, how I long for you. Love, Mary. And look next to the signature. This looks to be... Oh, it's a kiss mark! It's been kissed by a woman with lipstick. My goodness, how passionate. I find it ever so romantic. Certainly Susato is enraptured by a random kiss mark. I do beg your pardon. Anyway, this bookmark looks to be a love letter after all. There we go. That's what angered her. Let's shatter. Of course, the cause of all your suffering is this love letter. James, how I long for you. This seems to be quite a passionate letter. Perhaps the sender, Miss Mary, is the one who slapped you. Ah! I swear I know such woman. Don't know her. The love letter isn't even addressed to me. I mean, well, the thing was already shoved in the book before I ever laid eyes on it. It was already in the book. It was definitely without a doubt. was? For heaven's sake, John! I already explained this to you! I bought this book from the used bookshop. That thing was in there before I even saw it! So basically, the previous book owner used the letter instead of a bookmark. That's what I was trying to say! Sure they did. Okay, first of all, look at the damn name. It says James. My name is John, you know that much! Sure it is. Now, what do you think even my own name is? To be doubted too? As we can all see, a woman's paranoia can make her snap like a beast. And can make her slap like one too. Then in a final act of reckless violence, the beast attacked once more. Attacked? The traces of the green room. Now, come on. It can't be. Did his wife eat the carpet? Of course not, that's just silly. However, I'm pretty sure that the disaster that befell this room is the result of his wife's rampage. So it would seem, Naruto, we're finally closing in on the end this time. Yes, I must lie at the end of Mrs. Garidev's line of sight. Got it, let's get cracking on that examination. Okay. There you go, cigarette. The cigarette. Let's examine the carpet first. Someone must have really been chowing down on this. When it was Mr. Holmes said earlier, perhaps perfectly matched with a bite of an Indian lion. What the? Something wrong there, Naruto? Now that I look at it, the edges of this carpet look burnt. Ma, you're right! And perhaps this carpet wasn't actually eaten after all. Maybe we should give up on that angle and think this deduction. Come on, it's clear that it's the cigarette. Oh, candelabra! Here it is. It's a candle, not a cigarette. It's a candlestick. Examine the candelabra. This looks to be a very old candelabra. This looks to be a very old candelabra. It's still so small that I'm worried about its stability. Looks like it would fall over if you so much as sneezed in its direction. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Whoa, Susato, take a closer look at this candelabra. Looks like one of the candles is missing. Oh, you're right. Why is one of the candles missing for this candelabra? Okay, present the candelabra to Shatter. Shatter! What was it that left the carpet in such a sorry state? The evidence lies in the candelabra. Exactly! I dare say that you found the exit of this labyrinth of pure logic. There are what appear to be bite marks from a ferocious beast here. Indeed, those would, in fact, be burn marks on the edge of the carpet. Burn marks? Yes, I see that there was quite the lovers' quarrel in the room. When Mrs. Garidev slapped her husband in the face with that stout arm of hers, the impact caused one of the candles to fall off the table. Then, the fire from the candle spread to the carpet and it burst into flames. Ah! Truly, of all the beasts in the world, fire is the most dangerous. And that very beast went on a rampage inside this room. discuss. We are left with but one conclusion. This room was the scene of a house fire, sparked by a heated lovers' quarrel. Wow, he stood up! You're really as good as they say! And he fell down. Into her arms. And I will always love you. That pose reminded me of that song. I had to sing it. Deduction complete. Elementary, my dear Joe. I always enjoyed passing the long winter nights by reading books next to the fire. I purchased an old novel from a used bookshop nearby, but between those pre-owned pages, therein laid quite the scandalous item. Thanks to that, Mr. Garidev's wife began to interrogate him. It was more than just an interrogation, she went outright berserk. Maybe you went too far off the mark when you called her a beast. Ah! Still doing that. It is true that those marks on the carpet were caused by a candle. Indeed, the whole fiasco happened in the blink of an eye. The moment the flames flared up, the whole room was engulfed in thick smoke. I faced a simultaneous onslaught from both the flames and my wife. It sounds like you've been through hell, but I bet it would have been fun to watch. Seriously. Unfortunately, it wasn't long before the fire spread to the furniture. Right now the child remains are hidden behind that screen. You mean this over here? I think it's time we bring it out of hiding. Now, if you don't mind. Whoa! That's... all of my favorite old books were lined up on that bookshelf, but now they've been swallowed by the flames, burnt to a crisp, just like that! Whoa! Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. That's the proverb. And to add insult to injury, my very own wife threw those books at me in her fury. It sounds like a truly terrifying scene. She drove me back to the window, assaulting me with burning books. I ended up losing the adventure of the lion's mane. I was just getting to the good part. The Adventure of the Lion's Mane? You really do seem to have an affinity for lions, don't you? Not really, that's not the reason I picked it up. At any rate, in the end he lost something important to him at the hands of a vicious beast. That's a spot-on deduction. That's no surprise coming from Mr. Sherlock Holmes. This story must be one of the most cryptic mysteries in all of Britain. Amidst raging flames, my wife carried on with her rampage. It was absolute mayhem. By the way, do you remember about what time all of this happened? It was early in the evening, right around 5 o'clock 2 days ago. At the same exact time. A terrible crime was occurring just outside your home. Ha! I'd say the crime taking place here was just a bit more terrible. Even if all of the great British Empire was collapsing all around my home, I dare say I wouldn't even have noticed. Oh, I see. Mr. Holmes? Oh yes, what is it, Master Naruto? Now that we know everything about the Garideb couple, how exactly is this supposed to help us with Sosuke's case? You're asking me? How should I know? What? Don't you remember what I said before? I said that this friendly, retired soldier was hiding something. I said that he couldn't guarantee that he would be related to your case. Ah! Should have known! There, no need to look so glum, Master Naruto. See, there are two types of things in the world. Things that are, and things that are not related to the case at hand. Nothing else exists. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, you're running out of time. It's about time you make up your mind. Huh? Distinct hours at the gaol are about to end. Didn't realize it was this late. If you intend to take up Sasuke's defense, you need to obtain a written appeal from him and complete proper procedures. Almost out of time. On that note, we must ask that you take your leave. It is now our dinner time. Yes, ma'am. Please excuse us. Thank you so very much for allowing us to speak with you. Sasuke is waiting for us at the gaol. You have to give him my answer. Go, 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 go! Gaol. I'm sure I pressed gaol. Oh, no time to waste. Let's make it for the gaol. Yeah, we really ought to. Let's see if you can hear that. Huh? What's the matter, Naruto? It looks like there's some sort of argument going on in front of Sasuke's flat. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who you calling old? You're one to talk, you weird gothic jit. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt in your philosophy. Why will you knock it off? I ain't no Horatio. Quit it with the theatrics. I beg your pardon. Who are you? I just happened to notice some sort of dispute going over here. This man here is Inosuke Naruto, attorney at law. Huh? Did you say attorney? If you'd like, you can hear out your case. I may be a foreigner, but I'm still a lawyer. Forget it. I ought to be heading back for the day, but don't think this is over, you. Get thee to a nunnery. Like hell I will. What the heck? Sir, are you hurt at all? I am fine! I must expect my dearest gratitude, oh beautiful maiden of the Far East! What exactly was just going on? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than that are dreamt in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Pardon me, but are you another tenant of Mr. Garrideb's? Yes, indubitably. Oh gracious damsel of the Orient. It reminds me there were two tenants in the Garrideb's home, weren't there? That must mean that this guy is the other tenant. Excuse me, might you know the other tenant who lives on the second floor of this house? Oh, his name was Natsume, a formidable Japanese polemicist, with whom I engaged in a heated debate. A debate? Macbeth or Hamlet? Who is stronger? I must say this argument caught me off guard. I don't entirely understand their relationship, but they do seem to be acquainted. In any case, I have no more energy to detain you here any longer. Bid you farewell! I understand even less than I did before, but he seems to have run back to his room. don't get the impression that he knew anything about Sosuke's case. Between Sosuke and this guy, this flat has some serious issues. As I was saying before, I'll go hail a coach. Okay, I'm sure Sosuke is waiting with his head held high in anticipation of our return. We've got to get to the gaol before visiting hours are over. Go, 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 go. This is the first time an Ace Attorney game interrupts someone while visiting another place. This is the first time ever that happened. And I find it weird, but really good at the same time. Substitute law student Naruto. You've come back for me. I, Sosuke, am overcome with emotion. Sincerely apologize for being so late with our return. No, please, all is well. I beg you, worry not. Relax. Once again, I may know the joy of fellowship with my countrymen in a strange land. Praise the motherland! No need to get so worked up, Sosuke. Indeed. That which puts one's mind most at ease is the warmth of one's own homeland. I bet that's Banzix. However, on the other hand... Oh no, that's Holmes. Oops. There is true meaning to be found in friendships that cross geographical boundaries as well. At least, that's what I believe. Oh, you! It's you! Damnable cursed spy! The Sherlock Holmes! Mr. Holmes, what are you doing here? It's what I'm doing here. What you're asking? Really, I'm just stopping by for a spell. What do you mean, Mr. Holmes? Hey Joe, you're here? I haven't heard of you since my drink time. Come on, dude. What do you mean, Mr. Holmes? Well, I was in that gloomy little room. I read a certain book that caught my eye. And while I was at it, I uncovered that shady couple's secret. And so on my way home I found myself wondering how you are faring. Gloomy room? Even the cell with its one tiny window is preferable to that hovel. However, I must admit that your taste in books is impeccable. Thanks to you, I had a fun day. Ah! Why, you... the Sherlock Holmes! He insists on calling him the Sherlock Holmes. Ah. Oh, what's the use? I'm just a bloody fool. My very act of so brazenly coming to the great British Empire was a mistake to begin with. I've been possessed by the ghost of that cursed flat. Tomorrow's trial too will be cursed. Oh, woe is me, cursed existence. What's on your mind, Naruto? I was just thinking, Sosuke. I think you said the same thing before. Said your flat was cursed, right? Perhaps Mr. Moustache's words ring truer than we once thought. Huh? It may indeed be appropriate to say that they are all cursed, including tomorrow's trial. And the flat. What is he on about? Okay, talk... no, hold on. Present the receipt. We found this receipt in your room. Finding new old books to study is a daily routine of mine. Can old books really be new? Oh, yes they can! Oh, yes they can! That's a good question, Naruto, actually. I mean, I can answer that question right away. You see, Old books can be new for the person depending on the person who holds them. If they are holding the book for the first time, it's a new book for them. You cannot judge a book by its tatters, or in this case, or as the saying says, by its cover. You judge it by whoever reads it and whoever writes it, aka the critics and the authors. That's my answer. So you witnessed the incident on your way home after you bought these books. When it came to me that she was likely dead, I started to become dizzy. When I came back to my senses, it was in my flat. I was in my flat, trembling like a leaf in my kimono. I guess the bookworm stumbled upon some warm food. Naruto? Are you making pointless puns in your head? How did she know? Okay. Earlier you said that tomorrow's trial would be cursed. What exactly do you mean by that? What? Why did you take that so seriously? I really didn't mean anything by it. I was caught up in a moment. Oh, okay. You don't have to scare me like that. Oh, tell me, is there a real curse? It must be because of that prosecutor, right? The one known as the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper? Why do they call him that? Please give me a concise explanation in haiku form. It has to be 17 syllables. I'm trying to formulate a haiku in my head. Sinner or hero, no accused can escape death in the Reaper's court. Thank you, Scarlet Study. You made my job easier. Oh, it's perfect! 3 lines, yet only 17 syllables. Yesterday, Naruto managed to win a not guilty verdict against him. However, after the trial ended, the defendant lost his life. Mr. Migondol. What? Quite sharp view to pick up on that. What Chief Justice Voltex told us. Mr. Holmes, this is just a guess, but those Baroque Van Zieks personally killed people that he couldn't prove guilty. That would be dreadful. Oh, that's a good question. After all, we saw him see the omnibus on fire with Mr. Migondol in it, and he was looking at it with such hatred. But nah, I don't think so, really. Nah, such a cool guy cannot be a killer. I don't think so. You are one funny guy. Huh? But really, that man is no murderer, he's just a prosecutor. Yeah, thank you, Sherlock. I see. Of course, it would be improper of him to kill. Although, the truth that matters might be even more terrible than that. Huh? What could possibly be worse? Okay. I'll talk about the cursed flat first. The cursed flat you must be referring to Mr. Garideb's home, right? Can you explain what's so cursed about it? It's been about a year since I came to live here. It only took me a single week to start losing my mind. That didn't take very long, huh? Everywhere I look, foreigners, no matter how I hide, they all look down on me and laugh. All the loneliness and paranoia overtook me. I grew too scared to ever leave my home. I felt as if someone was always watching me, every waking hour, watching and laughing. Even when I cooped up myself up in my room, that fear still would not leave me. It must have been very lonely to be so far away from Japan. Again and again I moved from place to place. It was last week that I moved to my current flat. Why did you choose a room though? That room though? Didn't seem like a very convenient place to live. It's all because the rent was so cheap. I was in slack-jawed awe when I saw the price. I found myself asking the owner why he set the price so low. Then responded with a terrifying grin. You see, that room is cursed. Oh, excuse me, that was just a slip of the tongue. At that point he climbed up. The nerve of that man! If you're going to say something, at least finish your sentences, otherwise shut up! The truth to live by, I guess. And it turned out what he said was true. So you mean the room really was cursed? Ever since I moved into that windowless room, every day I have nightmares of being strangled, waking up just as I'm on the verge of death. Now they label me a criminal and arrest me. And I'm granted a trial of fighting chance at freedom, no attorney will stand by me. I'm forsaken! Oh, if only I had a single ally in the world. If only one person would truly believe me. Believe. Let's go back to the truth. Baron von Zieks is a very capable prosecutor, but when it comes to London's courts, no matter how capable you might be, victory can never be assured. Oh, is that true? Susuke sure looks happy. Remember, the judicial system in Britain involves both a judge and a jury. The judge delivers his verdict based on the law, while the jurors represent public opinion. The defendant is put on trial under those two perspectives. It's a great idea on paper, but public opinion can easily be swayed. Easily swayed? That's where villains and less scrupulous attorneys are liable to strike. Bribery, forgery of evidence, show forgery of evidence and testimony. They'll do whatever it takes to win. And if they can successfully make an impression on the jurors, no matter what decisive evidence the prosecution comes up with, they've already lost. That's why McCondell won his trial so easily, even though we proved that he forged evidence. I agree. This is why the jury system is abolished in the future games, except on when Phoenix Wright wanted to reintroduce it. What of the truth? Won't they jump to an incorrect verdict? Unfortunately, that's the reality of the situation. I can't believe it. However, those that persecuted by Van Zieks cannot escape their fate. What? Even if they're declared not guilty, their joy won't last long. They end up mysteriously disappearing within a few months, every single time. Disappear? How? It's different every time. One man was trampled by carriage, another drowned in Thames. Another man caught a mysterious fever, and yet another was murdered by highwaymen. My goodness! This is the reality of London, Master Naruto. Okay, I have to ask the question. This is the big question. Is Van Zieks working under James Moriarty? That is my question now. Truly, is there no hope? Excuse me, Mr. Holmes. By the way, there is a second game of this great Ace Attorney. I will surely play it when it gets translated. Of course, they just started. Scarlet Study is taking care of the translation as well. Therefore, I will have to wait for them. Excuse me, Mr. Holmes. Oh, me? What is it, Master Naruto? Do you remember the incident on the SS Claire? Claire. Oh yes, that one with the snake, right? Back then, you listened to me and believed what I said. You even helped with the investigation. Did I now? Why did you believe me? Let's see. You mean to ask why I trusted the suspicious Asian who was hiding at the scene of the crime? Yeah, sure. Come on now, this one is easy. You don't remember? You told me yourself that you weren't a corporate. They could have been lying. Didn't you have at least the slightest doubt over whether or not I was the criminal? It appears that you are sorely mistaken over something here. I don't recall ever believing in the words you said to me. Huh? After all, the only thing I believe in is myself. What is that supposed to mean? I must decide for myself whether or not something is the truth. I'll believe in whatever I want to believe. It doesn't matter who's involved. But I could have betrayed you! That would simply mean that my judgment was off. That's all there is to it. It has nothing to do with someone potentially betraying me. I couldn't care less about that. Oh. When it comes to trusting someone or not trusting someone, all that matters is whether or not I can trust my own self. That's all there is to it. That's right. Speak the truth. Substitute student Naruto. I believe in myself. An attorney's worth is measured by how much he can believe in his client, not with how much he can believe in himself. Sugi. Well, everyone, I'd say it's about time we headed home. Oh, visiting hours are over. I'm sure a guard will be here for us soon. There's a nearby restaurant that serves up excellent trout dishes. What do you all say? I suppose it has gotten late. Hey, Sosuke. About tomorrow's trial? By any chance, would you be willing to let me defend you? Substitute law student Naruto. Yesterday I stood in a British court for the first time. The defendant was ruled not guilty, but I found myself unsure of something crucial. Could be more crucial. What should I believe in? Justice, my client, or the truth? Now I finally understand. I choose to believe in myself. Naruto! And I believe in you too. You're no criminal, Sasuke. It's my duty to prove that in court. Substitute law student! I'm ready to fight for you with everything I've got. I'll keep fighting until the very end. Tell me, will you let me defend you during tomorrow's trial? As I've said from the very beginning, I wish to entrust my fate to a fellow countryman who is willing to lend an ear to my words. Sasuke. Master Naruto, your heart was already set on this from the very outset. It simply took a day like today to make you face your feelings head on. Yeah, I think you might be right. Though I feel like it was quite a detour before I reached this point. Susato? Yes, sir? Tomorrow will you stand by my side again? Will you assist me again? Of course, I absolutely will. As I said this morning. I'm your little assistant after all. The shock from yesterday's trial still weighs heavy on my heart. It's time to stop looking back. There are people who believe in me. Kisugi. I didn't read that. Kisugi and Mr. Holmes. So there is only one thing I can do. I have to try to believe in myself, for the sake of the very things I believe in. For the lonely, desperate, and friendless people in the world. Tomorrow I'll fight as if my own life depends on it. And with this to be continued, I'm calling the stream off right here. I'm sorry, but I'm getting a little tired for some reason. The Clouded Kokoro, Trial 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.